deep down. That's the YouTube there, Tammie. Y'all see Tammie? Yay! Come on, give us some music, Jabril. What's going on? I thought we were shining. Who has their cute little yoga outfits on? Who's going to do yoga with us later? Amira's there. Okay. Yes. Pump it, Jabril. Pump it. Who's doing yoga? Let's see. Amira's there. Hi, Amira. Yes. He's doing what? What are you doing? What's wrong? Yes. Pump it up. Everybody's there? Oh, did you go on yours too? Hi, Tammie's friends! Yeah! Give wings to fly. Feel that I'm alive. Happy birthday, Vanessa! At me. Who's there? I'm trying to get in close, guys, so I can see who's there. Let me see. Yes! Who's there? Y'all see Tammie? Give Tammie some love! Yes! Woo! Come on, crew! Yes! All right! Today. All right, Tammie. There's your seat there. Are you on this?
This is for you, girl.
Okay. All right.
Tap it over.
Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show. Woo, 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 woo. Let me get my little notes over here just in case I need to cheat a little bit. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. We're doing our thing, man. This is our 10th show. I'm just so excited. Hey, Melissa. Oh my God, I haven't seen you forever. Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show. I just want to fix this camera here. It's just been an amazing experience for me. Basically, I've taken the concept of, my nonprofit, which I created 3 years ago, called Radiant Faces, and I turned it to a social media platform. So we are streaming on, all these different devices. We got Tammie's feed going over there, and we've got, everybody just showed us so much love because we wanted to do a yoga special. We wanted to do something where we could talk about healthy eating. We just wanted to do something fabulous for you guys tonight. So I'm so excited. Thank you, Tammie, for joining us. Oh my God. So, like I said, that's the concept of the show. I have an amazing crew. Always holding it down. But, I just appreciate you all. We start with the grounding. We go through different self-care and self-love methods throughout the show. What I want to tell you guys tonight is I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do my self-love message. It's going to be very short because we want to get to making smoothies and doing yoga, practicing yoga, and just having a good time with you guys. Is that okay with everybody? Let's see. Jabril, can you move this closer? I can't read these comments. That stand there. Can you bring that in closer if possible? Let's see. Sorry, guys. I just want to be able to kind of see what's going on. That's Pragina back there. Hey, Pragina. Okay. Awesome. I just wanted to come in a little bit closer and we can turn it. Okay. So let's start with our grounding and then we will go into our self-love message. All right, everybody. So let's just take it down a little bit. We always kind of go through this part of our grounding where we just want to center ourselves and just bring us to a calm state. Okay, so take a deep breath out. Just let go. Just release everything that has happened to you today, days past, anything that, you just need to release and let go of. Just push that down into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And just continue to mindfully breathe as you just, ground yourself in this moment. Center yourselves and be present with everyone that's watching today. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now as you mindfully breathe, push those things down into the ground that you're ready to release at this time. And the things that you do receive and that you do want in your life, allow those things to rise to the surface. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I thank you for joining me today. All right, that was a very nice grounding. You know, we kind of just have to, take the edge off a little bit. We, when I started doing the groundings on the show, I was a little nervous at first because I was like, I don't know if people are really going to receive this. They have never done this type of thing before, but you guys have been really receptive and really open to learning different things. And I actually think that people are telling me now that this is one of their favorite parts of the show. So I just thank you for being open and just we all can learn and embrace each other. So that's been really awesome. I want to go into our self-love message today. Like I said, it's going to be kind of short because I want to get to those, the nutrition information and get to those yummy smoothies that Tammie's going to help us make today. And then the yoga. The yoga is going to be so much fun. So I wanted to talk to you all tonight about finding your Zen. Finding your Zen. And Tammie, your camera, is your camera okay? It's okay? Okay. I wanted to talk about finding your Zen. And this message, I think, is going to be for some of the new viewers tonight, because through the process of just all the shows that we've been doing, finding your Zen has been really the premise of all the shows. I've really been trying to help people to understand, like, what for you in particular brings you peace. What brings you to a calm state? What things can you do for yourself that allows you to feel Zen? So you might ask me, what is Zen? Zen is derived from a Japanese school of Buddhism, and they emphasize on the value of meditation and intuition. But Zen in the Western world is a little bit different. It's kind of a little bit of a slang that means feeling peaceful and relaxed, more tranquil, undisturbed, and untroubled. If those are how you feel, you would say you feel this is your Zen, or you feel Zenful. With this show, in general, Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show, I try to help you find your Zen by giving suggestions on self-care ideas. We did the tea cabinet one day. We did creating a sacred space for your home, decorating your home in ways to inspire you, and different types of spa days, and other ways to give to yourself. This could be considered finding your Zen. We as women, right, we want to look beautiful, but which is, kind of an exterior thing on the outside, which is the reason why I give makeup techniques, beauty tips, and, we go over all various types of beauty treatments, right? But I believe it is far more valuable and important to be beautiful on the inside. So we've really been working a lot deeper with that lately. We kind of been kicking the makeup stuff out of the way. We're like, okay, enough of that. Okay, this is a little bit of mascara. Y'all go by. Okay, now let's get to the self-care and self-love. So I started thinking about this, and I said, so it's more like, how do we give ourselves an interior makeover, right? Instead of worrying about the outside and focus on the outside, how do we give ourselves an interior makeover? So we have to go deep. This is true self-love. And that's why I have given some of the self-love messages over the weeks, over the past couple of months, like ending negative self-talk. That was a big one. Forgiving others and forgiving yourself. Being authentically you. Loving the skin you're in. Persevering until you reach the top. Manifesting the life you want. Choosing faith over fear. This is just a few of the topics, right? And they're, just so you know, they're all on my YouTube. If you want to go back and rewatch them, or if you hadn't seen them before and this is your first time watching the show, go to my YouTube channel and you'll see all of the messages that we've done over the past couple of months. But when I looked over the different topics and I was kind of editing different videos, whatever, I noticed something in common regarding all of them. Not only are they awesome methods of self-love, but each title and topic, the first word starts with a verb. And I actually didn't do this on purpose, but I thought it was kind of neat when I really realized. I was like, oh my God, this is kind of cool. So the first word starts with a verb, and then it ends with the suffix ing. So something's doing something there, Jabril. It ends with the suffix ing attached to the end of the word. Like choosing, creating, manifesting, loving, meaning we are doing these things in the present, because this show is about doing the work today. We are living in the moment and we are starting today. So that's why everything is like manifesting, loving, creating, because we're doing the work right now. It's not like we manifested, we love, like a past tense thing. This is all about the actions that we are taking today. We can't change the past, right? But we can do the work on ourselves today, and through our faith, that shows us that there are brighter days ahead of us because of the work that we've done. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
Sounds good. I thought that was, I was like, ing, because we doing this, right? We're doing the work. So I want to tell you all, I just want to be very transparent right now. And I was writing a whole different message, and this really came to me. And I thought, I really need to listen to what God was speaking to me about the message tonight. So I was talking about finding your Zen, but I realized something over the past few days and over the past few weeks, and really this year has been a tough year. There has been tremendous loss in 2020. People are suffering and people are grieving. In just the last few days, one of our Radiant Faces sisters, actually, she's on the show. She's watching the show every single time, every week. Lealison Flukers. She's a dear friend of mine. She actually lost her 24-year-old son in a fatal accident. And she was the lady, I don't know if you all remember, when she won the Sister Act because she had contacted my mom to show her all of the things that she had bought over the weeks, because she was so excited that she felt as though she was, really, really learning something from the show. And she was just really, really loyal, just consistently watching. And so tragedy really hit her family. It felt like it hit mine as well, because we've been knowing Lee Allison for over 20 years, probably 25 years, I would think. I think I was in high school, actually, when I met her. And I just wanted to tell you all that if you could please send her family prayers, that it's really needed at this time. And then another one of our viewers I was speaking to the other day was connected to a woman that committed suicide. And that really touched me. I kind of went on her page and I just couldn't believe this beautiful woman would take her own life. And, even Tammie and I were talking about other people. It's just a lot of loss right now, a lot of tragic losses, not to mention all of the fatalities due to the COVID-19. So I just wanted to take a time to really talk to you all. The pain is real. The grief is real, and people are suffering. And that's why I think it's important to talk to you all about finding your Zen, because I think that when those hard times hit, especially if you're grieving or if you're, sad, or anything is happening in your life that, might seem unbearable and that you can't take it, have a plan. Have a plan that you can say, okay, I'm having some dark times. I'm having some rough patches. Let me kind of prepare myself in advance, so that if some of these times something happens and I'm feeling sad, especially in the midnight hour, I know I can go do this, and I know I can go do that. I can have my journal there ready to write my feelings out on that. Or I can, some of the other things that we were talking about, I could go run myself a bubble bath. I could go make a little bit of tea and just, watch a movie that's going to inspire me. Have a plan together, because sometimes, y'all, it gets really lonely, and I just want you to be kind of proactive. And that's what I believe now. Finding Your Zen is let's be proactive. Let's figure this thing out, right? I'm not happy all the time. In fact, because I'm an empath, I believe it hurts me so much to see others in pain because I know how debilitating pain can be. I think I cry at least once a day. I mean, honestly, y'all, my friends might say I cry 50 times. I mean, they know I'll cry on you at a drop of the hat because I will let it out. But it's because I feel when people are in pain, I really internalize it. That's just how I am. But I also know that I am a healer. And so I choose to focus on that. I choose to call people when I think about them or they're on my mind, say a prayer with them, or people will call me. Because together we can heal each other. I truly believe that. This week is National Suicide Prevention Week, and it is of no coincidence that I am speaking on finding your Zen at a time like this when it is needed most. Actually, before I go any further, I would like to give this phone number out because I don't want to forget. Because sometimes I say, I'll give it at the end of the show and then I forget. I want to give out the National Suicide Prevention Hotline phone number. 1-800, it's 1-800-273-8255. I want to just give that out because I want you to know it's there. It's there if you need it. Also, I know that some people have been reaching out to me needing prayer and that sort of thing. And I've been meaning to ask people on the show every week. And like I said, at the end, I just try to get us done as quickly as possible. But I want you to know that please always know that you can DM me, text me, write me a message. I will respond. I don't care who you are. I will respond. I'm always up in the wee hours of the morning, most time writing. So ping me if you ever get to a space where you need to talk to someone. Okay, I just want to open that up for you. Because I'm always praying, but I need to know who needs special prayer. Lastly, I want you to hear these words. 1 Corinthians 2:11. For who knows a person's thoughts except their own spirit within them? In the same way, no one knows the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. I have two things to say regarding this scripture. First, no one knows of your suffering unless you share it. Let someone help you. If you are hurting, talk to someone, talk to a friend, call the hotline. Even if you think others are happy and, and it's causing you pain because you see other people are happy or whatever, I don't care what the case may be. Reach out to someone, call someone, especially during this pandemic. I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone. There are so many people that are suffering, that are in pain. Like I said, I'm not happy every single day, but it's the trick of the devil that will tell you, oh, everybody is happy but you. You're the only miserable one out there. That's not true. So make sure, like the scripture said, no one knows a person's thoughts but the spirit inside of them. So if there's something going on with anyone, please be vocal. Please share. You could choose to be positive and switch your thinking, but sometimes depression is so deep and, you might need help. You might need to talk to someone. So please reach out to me. I just want to let you all know that you're not alone if that's you. My second thought in regards to that scripture, in the same way that no one knows the thoughts of God, but only the Spirit of God, we don't know why God is allowing these things to happen. We can't explain it. We have no answers. But all we know is we can rely on one thing, that God will never leave you and God will never forsake you. He is always with you and he always has a plan. We may not see the plan. We may not know what the plan is. We may not know what he's doing in our lives and why he's allowing certain things. But understand that there's always a plan. Okay? So that's my self-love message today. Finding your Zen. Like I said, contact me if you need to. I'm here to pray for you. Take care of yourself, guys. Mind, body, and soul. And if you need me, I'm here because I always want you to be your best radiant self ever. Woo! All right. Oh, come on, crew. Come on now. So listen, we are going to do a little dance. Shake a little thing. What is it? Do a little dance. What is it? What is it? What's the song? Do a little. What's the song? Anyway. Hey! Woo! to get it right. When I'm looking at you, when I'm walking past the mirror. Yeah! Hey! You got my mind right. Cause I won't change my life. Deborah, this camera needs to go. Woo! Yes! Hey guys! Okay. Come on, Tammie. Come on, Tammie. Scoot your chair in, Tammie. Come on, Tammie. Let's get it, Tammie. Tuesday. All right. So, everyone, this is Tammie Dalrymple of Blissfully Soulful. Everybody say hi to Tammie. So, Tammie is a, let me get this right, holistic health practitioner. Am I right? Health coach, practitioner, and certified yoga instructor. So we are so happy to have Tammie on the show. Let's scoot in a little bit, Tammie, so we can get good right here. And then come back over here, Tammie, because look, we can't see you right there. There we go. Awesome. All right, so we're just going to have a cute little health food chat real quick before we get into our smoothies. Is that all right with everybody? So Tammie, so we did this because we didn't want any problems with the network, with the reception that we had one time when I had another guest on. So Tammie, let's talk, honey.
Let's talk.
Okay, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Tammie.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Tammie.
Well, I have been teaching yoga for, let me think, Chloe is 14 and a half years.
Okay.
I've been practicing yoga for probably over 20 years. I've been health instructor, fitness instructor, spin instructor, everything instructor.
Awesome.
I love all things fitness and health. And now I've been a health coach for like 10 years.
Okay.
I'm very passionate about what I do. So I'm here with you.
Yes, awesome. I'm so excited. I was like, oh my God, we're going to be doing yoga. We're going to make some awesome smoothies. So Tammie, let's get started. We're just answering a few questions about, how can we live a healthier life with our nutrition?
Let's do this.
Tammie, what are the daily essential nutrients that are needed to provide a healthy, balanced diet?
Well, what we need, obviously, are proteins, our carbs, our fats.
We need carbs?
We need carbs, girl. Carbs fuel the brain.
I want them, but I didn't know I needed them.
We need them.
Okay.
Yes, we do. We need our fats also, but we've also been kind of like, too much fats are not good. So it's everything in moderation, right?
Okay.
Same with carbs, and it's the kind of carbs that you eat.
Okay.
So if you're eating high processed carbs, if you're eating lots of sugars, those are considered a carb.
Okay.
Those are major no-nos in our diet, and they cause a lot of inflammation within our body.
Okay.
So
what would that be?
So anything that's in a box, pretty much, like crackers, breads, pastas, those kind of things that are heavy.
Anything that is in a box. Okay.
Processed.
Okay.
Processed food.
Okay.
So there's lots of grains that you can have that are carbs.
Okay.
I mean, fruits that are carbs. That fruit, probably one of the perfect foods that we have is a banana.
Okay.
It's high in carbs, but it's also high in a lot of minerals and vitamins and nutrients that we need.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, that was interesting because I was like, I need carbs. I want them. I didn't know I needed them. Okay, so I have shared this. Abra said hi, Tammie. We're all good now. I feel like I can see everybody. Who's on your channel, Tammie? Let's see, James, Josie, and Jack, and some other people I can't. I'm trying to get closer to your camera.
That's okay.
I'm gonna pull it in closer, but. So I always tell you guys, this is not really my area. Like the eating healthy, I try. I've taken, beef and pork and all this stuff out of my diet. So I do more turkey than anything in all of our dishes. But if other people are like me and they're not really familiar with just eating healthy habits, what is the first step you would say to eating healthier?
So it can be overwhelming. Very overwhelming when you go to start a healthy lifestyle. So a lot of people just give up because they're like, I don't know what to do, or they think they have to have this strict plan in front of them. So I say change one thing.
Okay.
Like just start with one thing. So if you add one thing in, you're going to push one thing out.
Okay.
So if it's you're drinking lots of sodas, it's start cutting those out and drinking more water.
Okay.
Infuse water with fruits.
Okay.
With berries with lemon, with citrus. Like you can infuse water if you're like, I don't really like water.
Yeah.
You can infuse it, make it fun. Make it like a fun little drink, and it's exciting to drink, versus just soda. So you can mix that up.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can add in.
Okay.
If it's, oh my gosh, to not eat processed foods, to go all organic, like how can I do that? It's again just starting with one thing.
So start
Start small,
and then keep incorporating like something
add
else.
something every week.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what I did. I just took away certain things I knew wasn't great for my body, and then, like you said, I kind of incorporate. That was okay. Yeah, because it's about changing your lifestyle and not a diet.
It's not a diet.
Okay,
because diets fail every time.
Right.
There's thousands of diets out there.
You set yourself up for failure.
Yeah. And no one succeeds at a diet.
That makes sense.
Manageable.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's talk about vegetarianism, veganism, and pescatarianism. It seems so popular these days. Like I'm hearing about it a lot more. I used to hear about it a long time ago, but now it just seems like it's so just trendy. It's trendy.
It's a cool thing to do.
People are like, I'm a pescatarian or whatever. But what is it about taking the meats out of your diet? How does that benefit you?
Well, first of all, so people understand, a pescatarian is someone that eats fish. A vegetarian is someone that doesn't eat meat or fish. And a vegan is someone who doesn't eat any meat products at all. So you can go from the extreme.
And no animal-based products,
no
right?
Animal, yeah, okay. Animal-based.
Okay.
So, and however, saying that, a vegan diet and vegetarian diet have been shown to lower cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes. There's a 30% decrease in cancer and heart disease by going vegan.
Okay.
So that's a huge impact. Also, in being vegan, the emissions, the CO2s that we emit.
Okay.
We as humans emit 0.0016% of contribution of the CO2s, just as human beings on this planet.
Okay.
Animal livestock that is farmed for us to eat, and that's from cows and goats and all the livestock, chickens that are pigs, that are cattle, livestock that are farmed, takes 18% of our emissions.
Okay.
So they're putting out those CO2s.
Okay.
So it's really also about being conscious of what we're doing to our planet as well as we're doing to ourselves.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Now, I've taken beef out and I'm low in iron.
Yes.
So if people have deficiencies in areas, but let's say, if I did eat beef or if I did eat certain foods, how can I supplement or how can I put that back into my body if I've decided that I'm going to take that, put that meat out?
An example is you need a complete profile, amino acid profile for protein. As a vegan, a complete protein would be incorporating brown rice with beans. Those together, just a brown rice with black beans, how they assimilate together, they create a complete protein.
Okay.
An amino acid profile. Spinach, 49% is protein.
Okay.
So you're getting the amino acid profile plus all the antioxidants, and it's one of the world's greatest, densest greens that we have.
But what if I crave a steak?
Then by all means, make sure it's organic.
I crave it sometimes. I'm like, oh, but I don't eat it.
It doesn't mean you can't eat meat. It just means when you do it consciously. Do it where it's sustainably, consciously raised. That's better for our planet.
So let's talk antioxidants.
Yes.
What foods can we find and how does it benefit us?
Oh, antioxidants.
Yes.
So antioxidants are going to be what helps us fight off the free radicals, the things that bombard our cells. They cause aging, degeneration, disease in our body. And so antioxidants are like superfoods that we're going to eat.
Okay.
Berries are amazing with that.
Blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. Okay.
All the berries are amazing.
Yes.
Another favorite is dark chocolate.
Yes.
So you get to eat your chocolate.
Ooh, we get to eat our chocolate, ladies. What about wine? Did I hear wine? Red wine
it does, but again in moderation.
Red wine and chocolate, ladies. Gotta clear up the skin. Gotta clear up the skin.
You're getting in that blue zone lifestyle there.
Okay, let's talk detoxes. What's a good detox routine and how often should you detox your body? So,
very simply put, if you're eating fresh foods, your body's naturally detoxing by eating whole foods every day.
Okay.
So, plain and simple, if you're not eating processed foods and you're eating a vibrant, colorful rainbow of fresh whole foods that God has intended for us, that's a bounty that was given to us, we have turned food into non-food. So everything that's chemicalized isn't even food, but your body ends up craving that because it's a chemical. So it's kind of like a drug. And a lot of it's laced with like all these chemicals that turns like sugars in our body.
Okay.
And that's a drug to us. So we're jonesing for that chemical in that processed food.
Yes. Okay.
But in order to detox, we need to get that out. So if you're hence making smoothies, it's a great way for our bodies to get a nice replenishment because it's easier for our bodies to break down smoothies because they're already pre-digestible. Okay. But smoothies are different than juices because smoothies have the fiber in them. So they're going to keep you fuller longer. Okay. And more satisfied.
Where the juices are just like something you add with and you add it with your meal.
Yeah, you can have it by itself.
Smoothie can be like a meal replacement though, right?
Yes. Okay. And if you want to do a true like detox, you can do a juice, like a 3-day juice. Okay. When you're going to do like a pure detox, one thing, your body's restorative. Okay. So if you're wanting to do like a cleanse, you could do either if it's an intermittent fasting. Okay. You could do like a 16, 18, 20 hour, 24-hour fast. You can do a juice cleanse. You can do a smoothie cleanse. You can do a whole food cleanse. Yeah. Just eating simple whole foods. And the apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. I've seen the little gummies. Like no, you just do the regular. Just do the regular. Okay, I do have that. Okay. That. Okay. You can make one of my favorite tonic drinks. You can take hot water because hot water helps drain the lymphatic system. Okay. So it's nice to sip hot water throughout the day because it's going to help drain the lymphs. And putting a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of raw local honey. Okay. Because that helps. The honey is like one of our richest foods that we have, and high in antioxidants. It's going to help with allergens. Put a little cayenne pepper to stimulate your metabolism. Okay. Put turmeric for anti-inflammatory. And that is just a little super concoction right there in a drink. Oh, yeah. And you put a little lemon in there with it, too, because that's detoxifying. Yes. And that is like a super powerful drink that you can drink that's just going to help throughout the whole system. Oh, nice. That's actually sounds like it probably wouldn't taste that bad either, huh? Not if you had that little bit of honey. Okay, you need a little honey. You get that little kick. You get that kick with that apple cider vinegar. So you might need that little bit of honey. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, Tammie, I was talking in my self-love message about finding your Zen. Tell us how you personally find your Zen and how you bring peace to yourself. Okay. So every single day, because like you said, it's like not every day because people are like, how are you so happy all the time? It's a practice. Like you have to practice. Like I've been through a lot in life, but I've learned how to shift out of staying stuck in situations to owning my power. And my power is to stay in Zen, stay in that peaceful state. And that is the one, having that communication with God, like truly having that direct line, having that personal relationship. Yes. I think is the most important thing. And for me, it is I wake up every morning. And when we first wake up, like before you're completely coherent, it's about being in that theta brainwave. So you're in between like a sleep state and an awake state. And that's really just being very present. Yeah. That still point. Yes. I'll listen to 432 megahertz. It's a healing music, megahertz of music. And I usually wake up like around 6 and I start just meditating. And I just get in that state of just being still. Calm and just calmness. And then all of a sudden I sometimes will get into a prayerful state and just pray. And my prayer is always of gratitude. Yeah. And it transitions from just being still and then just feeling that presence of God, the spirit, and then allowing gratitude to consume me. And then in that, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, pure love. I just feel such pure love. And you're just in peace with that. Yes. And then I'm ready for my day. Start your day. You start your day. Yep. And then of course a little yoga. Yoga never hurt nobody. So that's awesome. That little concoction I talked about drinking. Yes. Like finding those things, listening to YouTubes in the morning that are inspirational and uplifting, having candles lit, just having that time for myself. Yes. To really just hone in. So I can go out and be a light into the world. Yes. Nice. All right. It's time for the smoothies, everyone. Okay. So we're going to set up our little area really quickly. Jabbar, can you help us get our little smoothie table ready? All right. So, hi, Yasminas. All right. So the boys are going to help us. Jabbar, can you help? Okay. So everyone, we're gonna make smoothies. Okay, let's fix the YouTube. What should he do, Jabril? It's fine. Okay. All right. So we are gonna make some smoothies. So Tammie is actually. Hold on. Can we come in closer? So you got. Okay. Okay, that's good.
All right, so was that good, Tammie? You thought
That's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we are going to do some smoothies. So Tammie's going to walk us through what it looks like for her when she's making her smoothies every day, when she's feeling her zen and everything. So just to give us some ideas, what tell us what ingredients you're going to put in your smoothie.
All right. Well, first of all, sure. So first of all, it is great to start your day with something that is wholesome and good because then you're jump-starting your energy, and it also helps with your mindset. So these foods are just powerful foods right here that we're going to put into this. So I always like to start my day, like I said, with that little tonic drink that I shared with you.
Yes.
And a smoothie because it's very easy on the digestive system, which we're putting pineapple in. So we'll go ahead and just, if you want to hold that for
Okay,
me,
sure.
I'll just scoop in.
Okay, so just a little bit so we get this center. Okay, perfect.
So pre-digestible enzymes in here. So it's going to help
fresh pineapple.
Fresh pineapple. So we're just going to throw that in. And then our spinach, which is we got protein in here. There's all kinds. And all this food that's here is like rich with all vitamins, minerals, antioxidants that we need. So we have magnesium, we have folate, we have our A, we have our vitamin C and K. Woo! Vitamin C here in our oranges. Our oranges are going in. This is a wonderful blend.
Hi, Laura!
And then we have let's do a banana next.
Okay, let's do a banana.
So banana is like one of nature's perfect little foods. It's got our healthy carbs in it.
Okay.
It has it's rich in potassium, magnesium. We've got ginger. We're not going to use all that.
I chopped up a lot of ginger.
I'm like, woo! But that is going to be really soothing.
Ooh,
and
ginger.
And cleansing to our intestinal line. And then we're going to add some kale, which is one of our most richest, densest vegetables that we have for vitamin K and all the other goodies that we have in here. This is going to make for like the perfect drink.
And Laura said, hi, Tammie.
Hello.
I'm trying to get in close to see what everybody's saying. Sorry,
all
guys.
those goodies.
Hi, Tammie.
Then we're going to use chia seeds. We want a little healthy fat in there.
Okay.
It's going to keep us fuller. These are low in calories,
okay.
High in fiber, high in protein. So this, I thought I had opened the bag. So we're just going to take a little
So this is chia seeds, Tammie said.
So we're going to just use like 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
And the nice thing about chia seeds is also if they sit, they're going to make it kind of like thicker. You can almost make it'll be like a smoothie. You can make like a smoothie bowl with this as well if you don't put as much liquid in.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you can add your granola. You could add fresh cut fruits. So you can make it as a drinkable with a little more fluid.
Okay.
Or you can make a smoothie bowl with it as well.
So we typically put almond milk or coconut milk, or we don't really use dairy, but what do you suggest?
I personally like to use coconut water or just regular water, filtered water.
Okay.
It's a little icy here because it's not frozen. So we were talking about being cost efficient.
Yes.
With produce, because this is, we want all organic if possible. We understand not everyone can do that.
Right.
But we'll do want to let you know that really, fresh is great, but really the nutritional value is in frozen foods.
I was so shocked to hear this, guys. So all along I thought just having frozen was just easier.
It's healthier.
It's healthier to do
and
frozen.
It's cheaper.
And it's cheaper. It's less expensive. So there's no excuse. We just need to make smoothies every day, right?
So the reason that's healthier is because it's literally, when it's harvested, it's picked, they take it immediately and go freeze it.
Okay.
So
the nutrients
are held in.
Okay.
We've had probably 2 weeks where it's traveled, it's gone, it's sat in
yes,
it's lost like 60% of its nutrient value. So if you can, and it's cheaper, and it's better for you, get frozen.
So get frozen, guys.
And filtered water is best, or spring water.
Yes.
Or coconut water, whatever you choose.
She said coconut water. I've not tried that before. I'm going to have to try that.
And then here we go.
Here we go, guys. Oh my goodness, y'all, look at that. There's not much sweet stuff in here, though, Tammie.
That pineapple.
I was like, do we need apples or?
That's going to be good, girl.
Okay.
You can always, again, put your little local honey in there if you feel like you need something a little
Now,
sweeter.
what are these guys? We didn't talk about these guys.
So these are just some things there's a lot of things you can add into a smoothie.
Okay.
But this is something, I just drink this. I just put this in my water and just drink it. I actually take this with my matcha tea.
Okay.
And I use a collagen powder, which I was out of. Otherwise, I would have brought it.
Okay.
But put these together in a drink, and I put just a little bit of coconut milk in it.
Okay.
And it is amazing. You don't need Starbucks. This right here, and it's just superfoods right here galore. Matcha is amazing for you. It's got proteins and iron. It's the leaf of a green tea.
Could we supplement a smoothie instead of a meal if we're trying to drop a little bit?
Absolutely.
I think we all kind of have a common issue of a little quarantine,
the quarantine 15.
Something going on with the quarantine, you know. I was like, oh, what am I going to wear tonight? Oh my goodness. But you know, we're working it out. We're gonna love the skin we're in, right? That was a couple of weeks ago, but we're gonna still keep it going. So let's see what we got.
Oh, also, this is protein. Oh, so if you want, this is a protein powder that's plant-based. So I personally like plant-based. This is one that I happen to use.
Okay.
But there are some, I use a whole bunch. I use Epic is another one I like.
Okay.
Sun Warrior is another one.
Is there
lots
some
of them?
Some of them are expensive though. How can
they are a little pricey, and you don't have to have this. This is just if you feel like you're doing it as a meal and you're just needing that substance. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the spinach has protein. The chia seeds have protein. Like you're getting protein in this, but if you feel like you need more, then by all means, add in more. And then again, turmeric powder, you can make turmeric tea.
I haven't seen that before. Turmeric powder.
But like that's what I'm saying to add in the mornings to the
to the
apple cider.
The detox drink.
Detox with a little cayenne pepper. You can add cinnamon. You can add cinnamon. This cinnamon neutralizes sugars. Okay. So you don't have a spike in your insulin. You just put a little cinnamon in there, and it'll help balance out your sugar levels.
Nice.
Your glycemic index.
All right, let's get this thing going. I'm a little thirsty. Alright, look at that, guys. So much fun. Oh my God. Are you guys having a good time? Are y'all ready for yoga? We're going to be doing yoga in a couple minutes. All right, Tammie.
Let's try this out.
Let's see.
See what we got here.
You want some? Jabril said he wants some.
All right, come on, boys.
Of course he does. Come on, crew.
Here you go.
Come on, crew. You want some too, Jabbar?
Here you go.
That one's for you. All right, cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers to good health.
So good. It's really good, isn't it?
Very good.
I taste the ginger. I taste the pineapple. I taste the fresh greens.
And nothing like tasting fresh, whole foods. So delicious.
So good.
And so good for you. You're going to be radiant.
Cheers. We're going to be radiant, guys. You have to try this. So good. I love the ginger in it. It tastes so good.
And you can always add more.
And it's not too strong either. It's just
very
perfect.
Good.
All right. Jabril, let's get the yoga mats down. This was so good, Timmy. I'm going to keep on over here. Thank you, baby. Love you. All right, guys. Time for a little yoga. You got it? All right, we're just kind of rearranging our set a little bit, but that was really good, Tammie.
Yay, I'm glad you liked it.
Yes. Okay, can we do all right, guys, we've got our mats down. Okay, perfect. So who's doing yoga with us? Hi, Coretta. I haven't seen you in forever. Oh my God, that's so nice to see Coretta on here. Laura, are you doing yoga with us? I'm just trying to get like a little bit of an idea. Let's see who's doing yoga over here. Let's see. Michelle. Melanie, are you doing yoga with us? Let me see. Coretta. We've got a bunch. Cadence is on there. Look at Sylvia. Cheers, girl. Oh, Sylvia said cheers. Look at Corey. All right. So we're going to get into our yoga. Okay, so should I pull this? Okay, are we good? Wait a minute, Tammie. Hold on, girlfriend. Let me make sure you got. Hold on, come over just a little, Tammie. All right. Okay. All right.
You good?
Yes.
All right. So everybody, if you have your mats, you don't even have to have a mat. You can just be standing. on the floor. If you feel like you need a mat for direction, you can have a towel, whatever works for you. But we're going to start standing because we are going to move our bodies. It's about moving the energy in our body. Yoga, they realized it was about 5,000 years old, but then now they've researched and found that it's up to 10,000 years old. So this is something that's been gifted to us for our internal healing, because our body is a vehicle that houses our soul. And yoga is known about unity. So we're really about yoking together and finding that Zen within. So when you find that Zenful space, it's true having peace and tranquility within you. But through our day-to-day, we are bombarded through our environmental, through our experiences, and our body is also physical, but it's energy. And so energy gets stuck through our emotional body. And then in that, we place these little encasements around our soul. And that's where we end up getting stuck into our suffering and our pain, because then we've created this little scenario around us that is blocking us from being in that true state of Zen and peace. And so yoga is a great opportunity to energetically move our bodies around our mats so we can break up that fragmented, stuck energy. Any workout is great for that. But the gift of yoga is that energetic work that you're doing, linking it with your breath. So it's meditation and movement. And so I am so in love with yoga because I see it transform my own life and many other people along my journey. And it has been a beautiful thing to witness.
Yes.
So I'm glad I can be here to offer this with you today. Yes. So we are going to start standing. So I really want you to work in. This is called Tanasana Mountain Pose. So you can, every day, you can step outside your door. You want to connect with the earth. Reagan always starts with a grounding exercise. You can always step outside and ground yourself with your feet to the earth and just really connect. So just right now, just visualize yourself. So our mind and our bodies do not know the difference. We are experiencing something in our reality as its present time, or if it's a thought, an imagination that we're creating. So right now, as we're standing in our mountain pose, I want you to align your ankles, knees, and hips. I want you to have a slight tilt to your pelvis, drawing navel to your spine, relaxing shoulders down, pulling your chin in and reaching your crown up. And just feel yourself elongating. So as we stand in our mountain, we want to feel grounded. So I want you to visualize. And as you visualize, this is you right here in this moment. I want you to visualize yourself grounded. I want you to feel centered. And even if you're thinking, well, I don't really feel that, it's about making it to you, making it right. So you're going to tell yourself you feel this. You're going to try to pull in that energy and create that within yourself. So as we take a big inhale through our nose, take a big exhale through your mouth. And just bring yourself into this present moment by drawing onto your breath in through your nose and out through your nose. So we're going to nostril breathe. And you want your inhale to meet your exhale. So equal part breath. So inhale for 4 count. And exhale for 4 count. Inhale for 6 count. Exhale for 6 count. Inhale for 8. Exhale for 8. And just keep the breath long and complete. And bringing our hands at prayer, heart center. So this is considered a mudra. It's a hand gesture, and it connects the mind and the body together. This mudra of prayer is about centering ourselves into peacefulness and a state of surrendering with gratitude. So just state the 3 things we're grateful for right here in this moment. And then as we are intentional, as we move, let's be open to our practice has to offer us today. So we're going to lift our arms all the way up. Keep those hands prayed long. Get the spine gazes up. You're going to exhale, fold hands to your knees. And you're going to roll the tailbone back, and you're going to tuck your tailbone under chin to chest, and you're standing cat and cow. So when we're here, you're rolling the pelvis out, and then roll it under chin to chest. And just flow several times, rounding in the spine. Flatten the back, then round and tuck it. Just open up that spinal column, round and tuck it, chin to chest. And then last one, round and tuck it, chin to chest. Last one, and then round and tuck it, and the fingertips come down, and you're going to hang. Shake your head. Heel to your feet apart, the edges of your mat. And take a slight bend in your knees and opposite hand, opposite elbow. And you're going to sway side to side. So this is technically an inversion. Anytime your head is upside down, below your heart, you are inverted. So we're letting the blood flow to the brain. We're swaying side to side, finding that movement, getting the energy moving. Keeping that breath in, that breath out. In through the nose and out through the nose. Then hold it center. Place your fingertips to the mat, heel toe those feet back together. You're going to lift up a little halfway lift. Draw the navel in, roll out to the tailbone, lift the tailbone up, and exhale, fold. Then you're going to step back into kneeling. We did our standing cat and cow. We're going to kneeling cat and cow. So shoulders and wrists line up. You're going to starburst your fingers wide. Your knees and hips are in alignment. You're going to round the pelvis, chin to chest, and then release back neutral. You're going to tuck it around the chin to chest, and then come back neutral. One more. Round it, tuck it, chin to chest, then come back neutral. And we're going to spinal balance. So your right arm and left leg, you're going to reach in opposition. So opposite arm, opposite leg. You want to take your gaze over the nose edge of your mat, keeping neck aligned with your spine. You don't want your tummy to sag. So right here, we're working on spinal balancing. So draw the navel back to your spine. Elongate. So really opposition. Reach the fingertips, reach the toes, point the toes, reach and lengthen. And then you're going to release it, switch it other side. And you're going to lengthen. Again, join navel to spine. Keep the neck aligned with your spine. Gaze over the nose edge of your mat. Your right hand is down. Starburst those fingers wide. Knee and hip line up on that left knee. Then really reach, dynamically lengthening from opposition from those fingertips to your toes. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then switch. And we're going to move side to side. You're going to reach and release. Reach and release. Reach and release. Lengthen and release. Lengthen and release. Lengthen, release. One more each side. Lengthen, release, lengthen, and release. Hold, and you're going to widen your knees and sit back wide in child's pose. Reach the fingers out, forehead to your mat. Elongate your arms. Tailbone pushes back. And then you're going to take your right hand and knot it through your right, or your left hand, knot it through your right. And drop your shoulder down on the left side, gaze up through your right armpit. Pressing into those hips, letting those hips open up so your knees are wide. Take a breath. And then lift it up and switch sides. Right hand knots the needle on the left side. Drop that right shoulder down, gaze through your left armpit. Again, sitting into those hips, taking a breath. And then go ahead and release it. You're going to shift your weight up. Keep those knees wide. Pull your hips down. And just press your hips down to your knees are wide. Just feel that opening in our hips. So in our hips, they are large storage centers. We store emotion and memory in there. That's why a lot of times we can be tight. Especially men are tight in this area because they've been told their whole life, you don't talk about your feelings and emotions.
Yes.
So they
keep it in.
Keep it in. Yep. And so like, oh man, I'm so tight in there. I can't. Yep. So now it's about letting it go. Let it go. And so we're going to push back into our widening child's pose, and we're going to find a flow. You're going to pull it out, dropping those hips. If you need a towel or a pillow under your knees, you can always find one, and then press it back. And then bring it out, shoulders and wrists line up, dropping those hips, keep those feet to the mat, and then press it back. Just a couple more, pull it out, dropping those hips, and then drop it back. One more, bring it out, dropping those hips, and then press it back. Then we're going to add big circles. So we're one direction, so you're going to go right side direction. Right side, big circle, pressing the shoulders and come around the other side. So again, uncooling that energy, the base of our spine. We're opening up through our hips, through our groin, press back, working in the shoulders and your chest, in through your hips, your core, and your back. And one more. And then next time, sit back nice and deep in that wide knees child's pose, and then we're going to move other directions to the left. Bring it out, big circles, and then press it down. Bring it out, big circles, and press it down. Bring it out, big circles, and press. Just a couple more. And your last one, press it back. Now pull your knees together, curl your toes under, you get your first downward facing dog. Okay, lift your tailbone to the sky. So our fingers become like our feet. So you really want to grip with those fingers, arms are long. You want to rotate those elbows inwards. So you're doing
External rotation as armpits come in and your ears and elbows are side by side.
Okay.
Tailbones to the sky, elongate your spine. You can bend in your knees, your heels do not have to touch. If you want to straighten those legs, press those heels down, just do your best. Now you want to pedal your heels, shake your head. Find that movement. We don't want our energy to stay stuck. We want to move. It's like a dance, a rhythmic dance. And then hold it center. Take your right leg, kick it up in the air. And you want to bend in that knee and just stack your hip, open it up. So some of you might be really tight there. It might be hard to get that knee up. Just do your best. And at any time, you can come to your left knee and come kneeling as you kick that knee up. Your knees are your friends. Then go ahead and bring that leg through, drop to your back knee. Press, drop to your back knee, drop to your back knee. And so we're just, again, opening up, working in this space.
Yes.
Feels good. So press in and straighten that leg. Press it forward. So when we're pressing forward, what we want to make sure is this knee does not go over your toe. So we're not jetting way over.
Okay.
Take your hand around your ankle and pull it up a little further so your knee and ankle are in alignment.
Okay.
What we're doing is we're stretching through this back left top of your hip, and you're going, pressing it, strengthening through here, and then you're going to straighten that leg, fingertips down, toes lift, and then press it right back. And then straighten it back. Again, move it. It's like lubricating your joints.
Yes.
So as we stack our joints, we're lubricating into the molecular structure of our body. So all the way into the molecules, through the cells. And one more. Just sit down nice and deep, and you're going to reach those arms high to the sky. Shoulder blades down and back. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then you're going to bring your hands down. You're going to step this back kneeling. You're going to take your chin down. Your chin is going to go down. Your gaze is forward, and your chest goes down. Take it down and just press away. Take it down. Press away. One more. Take it down. Press away. Hold. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog. If you need your right knee, come kneeling. Otherwise, take your left leg, kick it up, and stack your hip, bend in your knee, and let that foot dangle. And again, find that right knee if you need to modify. Everything can be done on your knees. If you're in that down dog, that left leg is kicked high. You're elongating your spine. Arms are long. Crown is down. And then take that leg and bring it through. And if you need assistance, take your left hand to your ankle and pull it up to the top. Your left knee and ankle will line up. Your toes stay forward. Press in to your hips as you press in forward. And then we're going to straighten that front left leg, toes lift. And again, you're going to lubricate by moving back and forth, opening up. Breathing in, breathing out. One breath, one movement.
This does look like just loosen you up.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yes.
So good. It's something great to do. Like when you're in the morning, just getting out of bed, it gives your body that
feels good.
Feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good.
So then pressing forward, and you're going to lift those arms high to the sky. So now you're able to get a little deeper. So your left knee and ankle in alignment, toes are forward. Feeling that depth, shoulders are down. Take a breath, smile. Just let all that.
Smile for the camera!
And then bring your hands down, step it back, kneeling. Shoulders and wrists line up. You're going to press those elbows in where your chin is what's going down, gaze is going forward, and you're going to press down, press away, take it down, press away. One more, take it down, press away. Next time you come down, I'm going to put your legs behind you or lay on your tummy. So come all the way down. So we're coming into Cobra. So you want to hover your hands at your chest line. Okay. You want to zip your feet to the floor. So we don't want our legs out. We don't want to lift our feet up. We want them together, toes kissing onto the floor. Zip through your thighs, shoulders down, hover your hands. And you're just going to lower down and lift it up. Lower and lift. We're strengthening our lower back. Lift. And lift. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it. Now we're going to press into your mat and press upward, facing dog. So you're on your knees. So what you don't want to do is slouch. So a lot of people want to do this.
Okay.
We want to press out. So we're pressing away.
Mm-hmm.
It's an arm strengthener as well as a back bend.
Okay.
So feel that bend to your back, strengthening through your core and your chest.
Am I doing it right?
You are.
Okay.
And if you need or if you want to increase the intensity, you can pull your knees off the mat.
Okay.
Otherwise, stay on your knees.
Okay.
And then you're going to rock down onto your knees, rock back onto those knees, curl your toes under, and find your downward facing dog.
Okay.
Take a breath. And then I want you to take little micro steps to the top of your mat. I'm going to sit into your chair, bring your hands to prayer. So you're in your chair, hold in prayer, shoulder blades down and back. Breathe in and breathe out. So when we're in our chair, we want to make sure our knees do not jet over our toes. We're pushing our booty back. Hold and breathe. Close your eyes. So traditionally, they would find a yoga posture, like chair, and hold it in meditation for hours. It would transcend the physical essence of the body into the spirit. Just really connect within, to the spirit within. Feel yourself transcending the physical essence. So you find unity through your breath. So you connect to the spirit. Then go ahead and lift up all the way. Reach up nice and tall. Take your left hand to your right wrist. Push your hip out. Lengthen through your side body. Can you do me a favor and go press this low battery on mine? Just press it. And then you're going to lift up and switch your grip. Right hand to left wrist. Reach up. Exhale over.
You can plug for her. You see, I'm plugged on my phone.
And then bring it up. And then you're going to take fist into the small of your back. You want to heel toe your feet apart. And you want to press into the small of your back, bend into your knees, and just press your hips forward. Round your shoulder blades down and back, gaze is up. And then bring it up. Heel toe those feet back together. Bring your hands to heart. And you're going to step back to warrior one. So take the left foot, step it back, warrior one. You want your ankles lined up, 12 o'clock. Let me actually have a clock around you. So 12 o'clock with your big toes on your right foot. Left foot has a slight turnout about 11:30. Hips are centered, torso centered. Reach those arms high to the sky as you press in. Breathe in and breathe out. Finding that Zen within. Feeling empowered in your warrior stance.
So good.
So this is your power right here. Stand courageous in it. And then open up to warrior two. So that back foot, your hips are going to rotate open. You center your hips, back foot turns parallel to the back edge of your mat. Open up, expand through your heart center, deepen into the front leg. Take a breath. And then rotate that palm up, reach up and over. Lengthen as you stay lunged into your front right leg. Lengthen that back left hand down. Don't put any pressure on your back knee. And gazes up through your right armpit. Then go ahead, bring yourself back around to warrior one, hands to heart, steps to the top of your mat. Left foot, right foot, your left foot stays forward, right foot lifts, step it back, warrior one. Reach those arms up, press in, knee and ankle line up, front toes stay forward. At 12 o'clock, back foot slightly turns out, and it's about 1:30. Rotate those hips and torso forward as you lunge deep into that front leg. Lengthening the back leg, strengthening the front leg, smiling on the external so you can smile inside.
Inside and out.
Right? Feeling that Zen, baby.
Can you come over tomorrow? I need to do this again.
You can get me on YouTube, girlfriend. Center your hips. Turn that left toe, stays right forward. The left toe doesn't move. The right, those hips turn, that right foot comes parallel to the back edge of your mat. Expand through your heart center, reach it out, deepen down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Feel the body opening up and releasing. So this is your spot. Just let go. Letting go of expectations. Letting go of fears. Just surrendering. Then taking that left palm, reach it up, and take that right hand down your leg. Do not move out of your front thigh. So you're not strengthening that, lengthening that leg up. You're staying lunged deep in it. Gaze up through your armpit. And then bring yourself a warrior one, hands to heart center prayer. Get that back foot, step it up. In the beginning, we did mountain pose, we're grounding. We're going to come to tree pose, and it's grounding as well. So we're going to take our left foot, lift it up, rotate your hip out. So what you don't want to do, hands are baby, you don't want to put any pressure on your knee. So you can either put your big toe on the mat, you can at your calf, your prayer, and then you're going to expand and find your branches. So open up. So we're grounded right here. So when you're in a tree, you just visualize. Again, I talked about in the beginning how your body doesn't know if you're actually experiencing it or not. So right now, if you want, I encourage you to think of a moment that may be turbulent in your life. But right here, you're finding your Zen, right? So you're grounded. You're in your truth.
And your truest essence is peace. It's filled with love and joy. So stay grounded in that. No matter what thought comes through of a turbulent experience that you've had, your body will resonate to that as it's happening right now. However, you can choose to redirect it. So right now, create a new neurological pathway that redirects you into that space of peace and love and joy, regardless of what you've gone through. Be grounded in that truth. Bring hands back to heart. Release the leg. And shake it out, shake it out, shake it out.
Woo, 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 woo.
We got one more side, girl. We got
Oh, we
the
got to do it again.
we got on the other side.
Okay, got to
Gotta stay balanced.
Got
Right, left. All right.
Instagram lost us. Amber, you still there? Amber, you still there? Got a little more to go. Who all is there? Who's all there?
Pick up your right foot.
Okay.
Rotate. So either you keep it on the toe on the ground.
Oh, we got to do that
Okay.
side.
You gotta do both sides. You gotta stay balanced. Right and
Yes.
left. And right above the knee, not below it. Bring hands to heart. Then open it up. Find that breath. Find that center. Find your peace. Feel the joy in that space of love. You're grounded in it. You're unwavering in it. You may feel like a tree that gets topsy-turvy in a storm, but you're grounded. You're not going to move. You're not going to fall. You're going to stay in your truth. Feel the love. Feel that joy awakening. That peace filling you. Bam, you're in it. You're in that Zen.
You're in the vortex.
Yes. Bring it center. Release it down.
And shake it out.
Shake it out.
Woo, woo. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Tammie.
You're so welcome.
Okay, Tammie, come a little closer. Come a little closer and tell everybody how they can find you on all of your social media.
Okay. So
Because that was awesome. And I know you guys want more of that, just like me, right? Don't y'all want more?
okay, you can always I'm always on. I have a website, so blissfullysoulful.com. You can go there, and my YouTube is on there. I have a Blissfully Soulful YouTube channel with a ton of
Is
yoga
it your
videos.
name or is it on
It's
YouTube?
Blissfully Soulful
Okay.
on YouTube.
So on YouTube, Blissfully Soulful on YouTube.
Same with my website is blissfullysoulful.com. My Facebook page is either my personal page or just Tammie Dalrymple, or I have my Blissfully Soulful Facebook.
Okay.
My Instagram is Blissfully Soulful, but the tag is at Tammie Dalrymple.
Okay. So what I will do is I will list every social media network that she has on my page so that you guys can find her. But I think I've tagged her on every post that you've seen the last few days. She's tagged on that. So thank you.
You're so welcome, baby. I'm so happy
That
to do
was
this
so
with you.
awesome. I wish we were doing more. If y'all want more, let me know and I will have Tammie back. So thank you, Tammie. Let's take another little sip. You got your smoothies. Virtual cheers. Here, let's toast to yours.
Cheers.
You
Cheers.
guys,
Thank you for hanging out with us.
yes,
This is
this is
wonderful.
awesome.
Love
Thank
you.
Love you too.
We're ready to be blissful.
Mm.
Yay.
That felt so good. The yoga was so good.
And it's wonderful at night.
Y'all, don't get it twisted. She does a power yoga class that kicks my butt. Can we do this one? I can handle this one. I can handle this one. But y'all gonna act like that. You gotta do power yoga.
Mine is truly about transforming you. It's a metamorphosis of change from the outside to the inside out.
Yes, yes. Okay, guys, so let's get these mats. And let's get ready for our giveaways. All right. So thank you, Tammie. Y'all give Tammie some thumbs up. Show Tammie some love.
Thank you,
That's what they're
guys.
saying. I think they were really doing it too.
That was awesome.
Tammie has been so generous. She has given a big giveaway in the end. So please stay tuned for that. And do we have all the names? Do we put everybody in? I see Nina Barnwell. We'll put Abra in. She's over there. Heather. I saw Melanie. Did we get all the names? On this screen is Tammie's friends, Dante G, Donna Mobo, Fabi. Laura is here on the YouTube, and Steven's on the YouTube. I'm just trying to kind of glance around, guys, because I don't know if Yazzie was able to see all of the different feeds. I know, put Marianne in, put Sylvia in. I'm trying to remember everybody else, so I tried to keep kind of watching it because I know Yazzie couldn't see everything. All right, guys, so for the giveaways tonight, we have 3 different giveaways. Our first bag We have, and they're actually two of the same thing. So one yoga mat for someone, a lucky viewer, and these little blender. Do you have those, Tammie? Where it has like the little ball in it, and then you can put the protein in the liquid and just shake it up. That, and also a sports towel. Okay, Yazzie, let's draw. Yazzie's over there like writing all the names I said real quick. So let's see. I don't know if we were able to get everybody in there, but let's see who's gonna win our workout, our little yoga bag. Let's see. Oh, she wins every week. Steven! This is Steven from the YouTube. Okay, so Steven, I got your yoga bag. I'm not gonna make him type in Radiant. Is that okay, Yazzie? Okay. All right, guys, one more bag. Look, we have had the same winners, no lie, like 3 and 4 weeks in a row. I'm like, people are gonna start thinking I'm rigging this. But the thing is, you gotta talk. You gotta say something so we can see, because we don't know who all comes in, because their name might pop up, but we just don't know. All right, so same thing. We got the yoga mat, we got the blender shaker, and a workout towel. So that's one more. I feel so good from that yoga. Ooh, winding it up, that little thing. I don't remember ever doing that before. That was cool. All right, let's see who this is. Nina Barnwell. No, Durham now. Nina, type in Radiant. I see her right there. I see Nina. Nina, you won the workouts, the yoga stuff. Okay, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is an hour session with Tammie. She's going to do 30 minutes of yoga and 30 minutes of health coaching, and she can do it via Zoom. And so this is the grand finale. Look at everybody. Look at everybody. Look at everybody. All those hearts. All those hearts. Where's Vanessa? It's Vanessa's birthday today. She's out partying somewhere. Where's Vanessa? McKenna Michelle! Yes! All right. Wow, these girls are just racking up. They watching every. This is another one. This is another one, but I gotta give it to her because she was so happy she won last time. So McKenna Michelle, she won. All right, everybody. So listen, we have had such an awesome show. We've got another great show coming up. We have so many different guest speakers lined up for the next few months. We have a mental health therapist, Tammie. You know Tammie? Yeah. She's coming for World Mental Health Day, which is like October 10th, I think. So we have her. Lisa's coming. Yay. Lisa Washington. She's going to do a meditation with us and juicing. We're going to do some juicing. So it'll be kind of different than the smoothies, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So she's going to do that with us. Sylvia's going to come on. Yay. We're going to talk about laws of attraction and alchemy and all that type of stuff, the magic, how we got to do that. So absolutely. I'm so excited about the next few months up into the holidays. We're going to be rolling. And we just decided that we're going to have a fabulous, fabulous Radiant Faces holiday party. Woo! We are so excited. We're like, we are going to go out this end of this season with a bang. We're going to have such a fabulous holiday party. So y'all are going to be able to get on your little glitzy sequins outfits or whatever y'all want to do. And then we might have us a little toast of a little bubbly.
There you go.
Maybe we'll be bringing in the New Year's together too. Who knows, right? So listen, let's pray us out, and let me grab my sheets real quick so I don't forget anything. Because at this point in the show, I kind of forget stuff. I get so excited. So, okay, so I do want to tell you guys this. I'm starting a new series. It's going to be super casual, very informal. It's called Let's Chat Tuesdays. It's only going to be on YouTube at 10 o'clock a.m. every Tuesday. We're just going to be talking about just like real informal topics. I want to just kind of check in with everybody because a lot of people have been saying, I cannot wait till Thursday. I'm just so excited about Thursdays. So I thought, why not, be super low key. It's not going to be, we'll bring the parties on Thursday nights, of course. But on Tuesdays, I'm like, let's just kind of sit around, maybe have a cup of coffee or some tea. If you work from home and you want to take like a little, 30-minute break, or, you just are out and about and you're like, oh, let me check in with my girl. So what I'm going to do at that time, I'm going to pull people up on the screen with me. Nice. So it'll be fun. It's only going to be on YouTube at 10 o'clock. It's called Let's Chat Tuesdays. So that's going to be our new series. And I'm starting it next week, September 15th. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, I have been so excited to see you guys. Like I said, it's show number 10. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. Just the success of the show has been amazing, and the support. So I just appreciate everyone. I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm getting a little sugar high, I think, from all that pineapple in my smoothie. But listen, let me pray us out. Like I said, we've had some people in our, you come in with me, Tammie. We've had some people in our community, with the Radiant Faces community, that are really suffering from, just loss and just grieving at this time. So when you say your prayers and you, think about people, even though you may not know them, I know you see their names every week. I know you see them on here, and that, most of them are very, kind of chatty. So just kind of think about them, Lee Allison, and just a few others, and just send some love their way. All right, let's just go ahead and pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you, Lord, for bringing us together. Turn that down a little bit, Jerome, please. We thank you, Lord, for bringing us together on these Thursday nights. We just thank you, Lord, that we can come together in this community. We can embrace each other. We can learn from each other, and we can teach each other as well. We just thank you, God, that you are so open to us coming to you when we need you. Lord, we are praying right now for people that are grieving, that are suffering, Lord. We are praying for their hearts to be healed and for understanding to push through. Lord, we are asking you to just embrace them, embrace their hearts, Lord, that they may know that you make no mistakes, oh God, that you are sovereign, and that we may not know your thoughts and why you allow things to happen, Lord, but we know you have a plan, and we have to take solace in that. Lord, we thank you, Lord. We give you gratitude, Lord. We give you mercy. Thank you for your mercy, Lord, and your grace, Lord. We just ask you, Lord, to just heal those that are hurting at this time, that may be sick, that may be under the weather, Lord. Heal them and just allow their family to be near them at this time. Thank you, Lord, for beautiful Tammie coming onto our show tonight to teach people yoga and to teach people how to heal their mind, body, and soul, Lord. Thank you. And as we pray for people to be able to find their Zen, Lord, to know that they can always come to you, Lord. And if there are any hearts out there, Lord, that are suffering, that are alone, that are depressed, Lord, that they will use that hotline that I have given tonight, Lord, or that they will reach out for help, and they will tell people what's going on, because like your scripture said, we can't read minds. Only the person, the spirit within the person knows the person's thoughts. So Lord, give them enough that they can go and ask for help, Lord. Give them enough courage, Lord, to not care about being judged, Lord, to not be afraid, Lord, to know that their life is precious, to know that there is a reason that they are here to push through, Lord, that they may live another day, Lord. Lord, help those that are contemplating suicide at this time, Lord. Help them to know that there is a greater plan for them in this world, Lord. Touch their hearts, oh God, that they may know who they are in your eyes, Lord. Thank you. We ask all these things in your precious, precious name. Amen.
Amen.
I'm sorry, Lord. I was starting to feel a little something. I'm feeling some type of way because I really try to understand what people are going through.
Absolutely.
To be able to think about taking their own life, Lord. That must be some really deep suffering. I've suffered too, and I'm not trying to say I haven't suffered like that, but I just want everyone to know that we are here for you. Yes. And we love you, and we're here. So reach out to us and let us know that something's going on, because we want to help you. Okay? And that's how you can be your best radiant self ever. All right, close us out, DJ. Come on. Hey, what's this? All the stars? Ooh, we got a little more Black Panther for y'all. Yes! That was nice. I love it. You did awesome. Yay! Yes, where's my done. Good.